Look at his lighting. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Only Football. Horrible lighting down the basement again. Horrible lighting. Yeah. It's okay. Whatever. Fucking brutal. Fucking crucial. Yeah. Okay. So, Mike, how you doing?
So Juve got their first win. It was an exciting round of Champions League.
It was a wild round of Champions League. And yeah, Juve was like maybe one of the few like standard results that you'd expect.
I know.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, next door, like, so like we're at the Only right now. This is fucking brutal. We should just. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll sort it out in the future. We really need to find a place to do this. But yeah, next door I might get called back to work in like any second now, any fucking second.
Yeah.
Because someone called in sick, and generally, like, you know, that's really not an issue here. It's like you just kind of show up and that's that, or someone, you know, comes in and picks up the shift, but it has not happened. So Alex is there alone right now. Luckily for now, it's slow. He knows where we are, and he'll come down the stairs and grab me if he needs, and then you're just gonna have to close it out by yourself.
By myself without the predictions. I can
well,
give
with
my
the predictions.
predictions.
No, I get the predictions. Mine are right here.
Oh, okay.
Don't look for spoilers. They're right here.
Okay.
I'll leave the book.
Yeah. Okay.
This lighting's fucking atrocious. I can't say it enough. I fucking hate being down here. Anyway, but here we are. Here we are because we just. What the hell? All right, 2 minutes in, rolling around. I'm just like
testing out the light. Are we too close to it?
I don't know, man. It's
bad either way.
It's all right. Okay, let's just write it out. Okay, some silhouettes. So it's Only Football silhouettes today. Okay, let's open with United, and you know, Ronaldo making his debut, which was a great
debut.
Second debut, yes, the second debut. And it was great. I mean, like that first goal he scored was perfect. It was so simple. He couldn't have scored an easier goal, but the anticipation was just so satisfying to watch.
No goals easy to score. I'll put that right. And he did. He was the only one who reacted.
No one else moved.
Yep.
And no United player. None of that back line. Woodward was atrocious there. Like he didn't. It wasn't that difficult. He made it look. He was trying to make it look easy too. Like
he was trying to corral it, right? But once it takes deflection, just make sure to.
He should have been getting down and getting on that, either pushing it to the side or I think he could have caught it, and obviously he thought so too because he literally just put his hands up beside his legs as well. He didn't have his body behind.
Nope.
But yeah, Ronaldo was right there.
Perfect. Yeah. First goal. I didn't think he was going to score the first goal. I figured he would score and score the last one and a 3-0 win. Mm-hmm. But no, it was, you know, everyone's waiting for the re-debut, the right before the end of half. And
as you say, Mike, you know, it's like he loves the headlines. He loves the headlines.
Everyone knew he was going to score, though. Like everyone knew he was going to score. That's what, and he did. And he delivers, and he always delivers. Even with Juve, when we didn't even come out of the group, he was the only one scoring in those. In the knockout stages, right? I think only Chiesa pretty much is in the 3 years was the only one who, outside of him who scored knockout games.
Well, not that you had too many, but still.
No, I know, but still, he had 5 goals in 2 years, and they were all 5 at one point. But great debut, obviously getting the winner. Great run and pass by Shaw, but great touch. Everyone, he's lucky to make the keeper, but a finish is a finish, right?
It is, and I mean, he went there. You know, he picked it.
He picked it. He scored it. It's you know, people say it's luck, but it's a skill. Obviously, sometimes you're not always aiming there, but as long as you get it low and hard, it's going to beat the keeper most of the times.
Yeah, I mean, you know, United. I was riding high. You know, I was watching those highlights. Like later, I was like, it's just delightful. You know, like I was like, it was just rousing. You know, it was great to see. And then, you know.
What? Oh, going from that, you know, peak. To the
young boys, which like just brought everyone down to earth. And I have to say, you know, I think myself and like a lot of United fans, like there's still a problem with that team. I wouldn't say that they're by no stretch favorites for the PL, even before this loss to Burn to young boys. But like there's a gaping problem in that midfield. So I wasn't getting like too carried away. It was really nice. But to just like have that balloon pop
so quickly
against young boys on the road in the Champions League. It's just brutal. I mean, I don't I just don't see what Ollie's doing there. You're up a goal and you're down a man against Burn, against young boys of Burn. Take it to them. Like still, like you're down a man, but there's so much more quality in your team. What are you doing sitting back, inviting the pressure, allowing a heavy underdog home team to just pelt you for a whole half?
So you would have taken the Bielsa route and just press and play like as though you have 11.
I think I don't think you have to go that far, but like I still think you try to maintain the ball. You don't have to switch to a back five, which is what he did at halftime. He took off Donny for Varane. Van der Beek gets no love again. I would have kept him on. Fred still wasn't having a good half. I still think Donny should have. That would have been a good instance to see what Donny can do defensively.
Yeah, I know, but in Ollie's eyes, it's like the worst time for him to do that, right?
Because for me, like in Ollie's eyes, there's another reason why. Because Donny gets the start in a match where you're heavy favorites, and he wasn't getting any minutes before that. It's like, okay, we're gonna put him in this match. He's a heavy favorite, and then down a man, it's a perfect chance to take him out again. He doesn't want to play him, and this was a chance to see what he could do defensively, especially because that's where he would get into the team right now, is in that pivot and replace Fred.
That's the only place he can go in right now.
But that's fine. And Fred's been atrocious.
I know everyone's been. I know Fred has been, but he trusts Fred more defensively than Van der Beek. That's what it comes down to, right? And he tried to give Van der Beek the game. Obviously, the red doesn't go to plan. But
it was an out for him. I do.
It was.
And then it's like, okay, then it's 1-1. They score, and like you are really just trying to snag a draw here. You take off Ronaldo and Bruno in the 70th. For Matic and Lingard.
At that point, young boys, they do have momentum. They scored, and they can see like, hey, we can score one more.
But that's on Ollie. They should not have been given that much grace to come at us and attack like that.
No,
they should have been on the back, like still defensively hesitant, and didn't want to press forward as much as they were.
Yeah, but once they saw Man U sitting back, they went for it and they got it.
But it was
a bad pass by Lingard, obviously, but. Sometimes that's how it goes, and now you guys are under pressure for the last 5 games. And
15 points.
It's Atalanta and Villarreal.
I know. I was even like foo-fooing this group when it first came out. It's like, yes, we should top it, but Villarreal, I wasn't even looking at Burn. I wasn't. I was like, that should be 6 points. But Villarreal and Atalanta is like, these guys can pull a draw from us. They can beat us. One could beat them here and there. Like 12 points might be like a limit. That was with 6 points from Burn.
Yeah.
Maybe not 12, maybe closer to 13 or 14 after beating Burn both times. But just no good, man. Really, just
there's still 5 games left. And
I'm not worried about us getting out of the group. So I think some people are getting carried away.
You're worried about you get top in the group now.
I still think we'll get top. I actually do. This
is like the Istanbul loss last year.
I know
very,
a lot of people.
Very
similar.
People,
yes, but you know what? The group wasn't as difficult either.
It wasn't, but starting 0 points is very. I'd be worried. I just say that
to finish first or to make it out.
To finish first, I still think you guys will make it out. But
that's fair.
Now it's just like even if you split with one team, they're gonna get.
That is fair.
You just assume they're
Villarreal and Atalanta is true as well. So I think I'm taking that into account as well. But just really, really disappointing. They did absolutely nothing. There's no point in really talking about Lingard's atrocious back pass, apart from the fact that I think he definitely should have moved on. But it's the build up to that, and then it's like you park the bus the whole match, or after the red card, and then you bring on Martial for Fred in the 88th.
Yeah,
what are you going?
that was questionable.
Baffling.
At that point, you keep Ronaldo on. If you want an attacker, just keep him on. Yeah. He might not do anything all game, but he'll in a moment he could decide it.
Or do in the 70th too, like. Bring one on for the other. I don't know. Shocking. Truly, truly deplorable. But let's move on to that was entertaining. Neutral perspective, whatever. Neutral perspective, yes. Or if you're a Young Boys fan, I know you're out there outside of Burn somewhere. But that was a great match to watch. If that's what for an upset.
For a neutral, yeah. I guess the other big game from that day was Bayern Barca.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty went to script as most people thought.
Yeah, I thought maybe Barca could, maybe at home, just maybe snag a draw or something.
They are too good.
And Breakthrough was hurt too. So
and it's like no attacking option for Barca, but no, it's they lose Flick, but they still have everyone on the team. Lewandowski's still there.
Yeah, well, you bring in Nagelsmann.
I know. It's just like it's maybe just a slight dip. You know what I mean? But Nagelsmann, they just came off a fresh 4-1 beating to his old team over the weekend and go right into Barca. And it's they were on the road for Red Bull too, right?
Yes.
2 away. That's a big week for them.
Absolutely.
And scoring 7 goals, only conceding 1. Barca didn't really have any chances.
No.
All their chances were not, I would say, half chances, not even. Bayern could have put more in, but Barca had possession. That was pretty much it. I think it ended up like 51-49 possession, which doesn't mean anything.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yeah, good on. I mean, like it was dominant. Yeah, you were like completely convinced. I was like, if I had to take one, I could see maybe Barca getting results here, but if I had to take one, I'd take Bayern. But it was something I was kind of staying away from, and there was no business me even considering that.
Barca's with their defense, their midfield, like they can't stop Bayern from scoring 2 goals. I knew Bayern was going to score 2 goals. I doubt Barca will be able to score 2 goals against Bayern. That's pretty much what I was thinking. It was pretty much dead on. They didn't even look like they could score one. Obviously, they didn't, but they didn't even come close. Yesterday's game of Champions League games were pretty dull, but today was
insane. I watched Liverpool, Milan front to back, and it was like just AC did not look good in that match. I would say they were fortunate to just have like that little burst like right before the half to bag 2 goals. They were like the build-up was nice, especially on the second goal. Like Leao got a nice like tight spot, and then like once he got the ball back, I forget who he laid it off to, but I was like, okay, there's definitely something on here. And it looked almost like as they got down, like almost identical to the first. But before that, they were lucky that the game wasn't dead after 15 minutes.
Yeah, Salah missed the penalty.
And Magnam, great double save on the penalty on the rebound.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Salah got the rebound, I assume?
No, he didn't. Someone came in with the header. I forget who it was. Yeah, really nice double save. And yeah, they were fortunate to stay in it. And then after that still, like, I mean, Arnold was bombing down on them like he did on the first goal, like got really deep and they took a deflection. He was somewhat fortunate, but they couldn't handle them, man. They were showing Maldini in the crowd and like at 1-0. Tried to maybe like 25 minutes in, he was shaking his head. You know? And then
not the performance that well, but
second half again, I would say more the same. Apart from the fact that I want to take another look at this. It was 2-1, very beginning of the half. Before Liverpool tied it early too. This was like the very beginning of the half. Off a corner. Was it Diaz taking the corner? Diaz played it short, and then it came back to him. And he put it in. Henderson whiffed it, and it fell to I think Ayer. And
he scored.
And he scored. But, and they called Diaz offside.
Off the original corner. He didn't get off the line early enough.
I think he was onside.
Did they have the line?
No, the ref called it offside. Like he didn't. They didn't go to VAR. Yeah, he called it offside live.
And they didn't go to VAR.
They didn't go to VAR. And like the play ran through, obviously, because it took like 2 seconds for all that to develop. And
that's strange.
I'd like to see it again because I think Henderson was playing him onside, and then Henderson whipped it, and then shortly after that, they tied it. How the fuck did they tie it? I forget. I know Henderson, great finish for the win.
I heard it was a rocket.
It was. It just felt to him like it was like one of those like FIFA goals where like
half volley,
like they clear out to the edge of the box and you're like, yeah, like give it to me.
Yeah.
You know, like that's what.
As long as it doesn't get blocked, it's going in.
Yeah. Really nice finish.
That was like the 70th minute.
Thereabouts, maybe a little earlier actually. I think it was a little earlier. I think it was more like the 65th. Or something like that, but I just want to see who scored that second goal for Liverpool. It was Salah. Oh yeah, it was the dink. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, it was a nice goal. But yeah, Henderson 70th, 69. Yeah, I would really like to see that again. Other than that, man, Liverpool looked really good. I don't think AC had like a little bit of a spurt. I think they were fortunate to only be down 1-0 by the time they tied it at the end of the first half, and let alone take
the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they obviously Group A is the other group of death. I guess it's a secondary group of death.
Yeah.
But 9 goals again for City and Red Bull, and Cuckoo hat trick. But City just scoring 6. Mm-hmm. They're on a roll.
I watched all of Liverpool AC. They were hanging though. Like every time they went down 2, they brought it back to 1
1.
until then they took that.
The 5-3, 6-3.
Well, but Angelino.
Red card,
red card
It was 4-3.
It was 4-3 this time too, and he took the red, and then they just kind of.
He's still an inside job.
I think it's a great. I think he's been great for them.
It's good for him to leave. He was never going to play on City.
I thought it odd though. Before Zinchenko was really like making moves, and Mendy and Cancelo. I don't know. There was a period there was like, there seemed to be a bit of a hole left back for them. Mendy was always hurt and was not performing. Zinchenko hadn't really come to his own, and Cancelo, I think, was just getting there and playing behind.
Well, he's
Walker
also playing. He's also playing out of position when he plays left back.
That's what I was like. You know what? I think Angelino would be the man for them. And let them go, and they're okay now. But I think it's a good signing. But yeah, 6 goals. I'd love to watch highlights there. I just finished work, so I didn't get a chance to. No Bosley starting. Always a problem for me.
Yeah.
Always. Like any match, you should play every second of every game.
You should. But yeah, that was. I'm excited to see the highlights too. I was more focused. I watched the first half of Inter Real snooze fest, then switch it to PSG Bruges, and Bruges. They took it. They took it to PSG. I know it was Bruges that blew it against Real when they were up 3-1 at the Bernabeu, like two Champions League ago, and then they blew it. But they were at home and they looked like the better team. Yeah, they created more chances, I think.
Well, to me, like you mentioned that Real match, that was when, to me, I started like really paying attention to Bruges a lot more. Seeing what players they have. Vanaken scores today. He's been coming up. Noah Lang's been there. I scouted him. One of our last scouts that we did like probably January-ish. I did him, and like great player. There's some definite talent on that team. And like with that Real match, that was last season. It's like
was it last season or 2 seasons ago?
I believe it was. Oh, it was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
it was 2 seasons ago. And like I was like, they're kind of announcing themselves like then, and they've been dominating the Belgian league. Off to a bit of a rough start so far, but there's a philosophy there. They're fun to watch, and there's a lot of young talent coming up there. And
the for their sake, guy, he was good. The 90s, he's young, he had blonde hair.
Yeah,
their striker, he was at least giving.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Good. He's good.
He is, and he was kind of burst on the scene like right around like last January. Like that's when he was coming out too.
He's good.
And yes, I know, man. There's some serious talent team. For their sake, I kind of wish they fell into like Dortmund's group or Wolfsburg's group.
Oh, because then they would come out.
Well, they could. Like they'd be like any of those other teams where it's like we have a fair shake. Maybe more so in like the Lille Wolfsburg group. I think in Dortmund's group, like you have Dortmund, you have Ajax.
Well, and even a fair shake to get in the Europa League too,
Absolutely.
Right? And like now it doesn't. Yeah. Even though they got the tie at home, like PSG obviously isn't the PSG that is going to be the PSG in March, April, May that we all assume they're going to be. They're still figuring it out, but no, they didn't look at like after they scored. I think they just thought it was going to be easy.
Like, we got all 3,
and then Bruges scoring like 8 minutes after, not even. Really put them on their heels, messy with the giveaway. But yeah, obviously this is PSG growing into the team that we all know every other player is going to be using in FIFA 22 and being the powerhouse. But great result for them. Hopefully it spices up the group. Good for Man City because now they have a legit chance of getting first, right? Sure. They just have to tie them both times and don't lose to any other teams, and they got it.
Yep. How bad did the Mbappe knock? Did you hear about that? He got subbed on like the 50th.
Yeah. Okay. So if it's, I did turn to it in like maybe the 40th minute. Okay. It didn't look too bad. Right, he went off the field for like a minute and a half, but came back. He got the ball immediately, got fouled again, and got up right away. So when I saw that 50th minute sub, I was surprised. Like, I guess he was really hurt, but why didn't they just sub him off at half? Yeah. Why go back out for 5 minutes? But it didn't look too bad. It shouldn't be. If it's the knock that I'm thinking, unless if something else happened in the second half, it was he should be fine.
All right.
And they have Messi and Neymar. They have Di Maria. They have all these weapons.
I'm not worried for them. I'm more worried. I want to see Mbappe, but I'm not worried for them at all. I was curious. Yeah. I was more curious about it.
Oh yeah. They're fine.
Yes, they are fine. Yes, they absolutely are. Again, I fully had AC and Liverpool on. Like so many headlines. Like Haller bags in 4 against Sporting, who on the road against Sporting, and
2 in like 9 minutes.
well, yeah. And defensively, no, I think it was like 13. I think it was like 2 to the 13, so maybe that one's not.
Okay. Yeah, whatever.
So, regardless, 4 goals. Sporting defensively a juggernaut last year. They only conceded 15 goals prior to the last match when they gave it 4. But like on their way to winning the title, they gave 15 goals all season.
Jeez, yeah. Well,
they got lit up. Sebastian Haller.
Different team.
Bring him back to West Ham. Antonio's out.
Suspended. No. West Ham will regress if he comes back. Is he still on loan on Sporting? Or is he? Did they sold him?
Ajax? Who, Haller?
Yeah.
No, they sold him.
Oh, they sold him.
They sold him last January.
Okay, I didn't know if it was a loan and then
no.
extended loan or they bought him in the summer.
They bought him.
But yeah, that game actually that was pretty exciting too. 5-2.
5.
Was it?
Sporting got a goal offside.
Oh, that's why I might have checked right when it was
scored.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw 3-2 and that was.
And then again, I'd love to see what happened with that Camavinga assist.
Oh, for
people go out and they only have secret quote. Camavinga looks good. Sons of bitches. Just watch the show. Fucking scouted this guy 2 years ago. For fuck's sakes.
It's good, but Inter, maybe they just can't do it in the group stage. I don't know. They always mess up in the group stage.
I looked at again. I like to watch, and kind of get a feel for it. But I looked at the lineups and Inzaghi's playing a 3-5-2, which I guess he did quite a bit at Lazio. That was their.
But they were also playing that with Conte too. Conte would resort. He would do a 3-5-2 as well.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that was his formation at Inter. So I guess nothing really changed for Inzaghi. I had to double. I guess Inzaghi did play a lot of 3-5-2 for Lazio. I think that was his go-to. So that's actually not too bad for Inter going forward. I thought that was when I first looked at him, like, oh, why are you doing 3-5-2? Then I have to.
They have the 3 center backs, right, and they can just play the right left back as wing backs instead, and give them more free roam. Obviously, you don't have the same quality on the right with Hakimi. They played Darmian, and I believe Perisic on the left.
Perisic, yeah.
And then Halanoglu, Brozovic, and Barella.
Yeah.
Zeko, I think, should have scored it was a difficult angle, but I think if he did it again, he would see that he was disappointed. It was a nice 1-2 with Martinez, and honestly, I was hoping that goal went in. There was an early goal because then I know this game was going to be high scoring, but in the first 40 minutes I saw it was not really that exciting. It was a lot of Real trying to do individual and Inter just having possession with no purpose. Okay. Sort of like what Juve was doing last year, and it was really like that's why I turned it off. I'm like, this seems eerily similar to Juve last year. I don't want to watch any of this. If there's any other game, I should have went to. Once I saw City Red Bull 2-0, I'm like, oh, this game's over.
It was done, yeah.
But it was far from over. So I'm like, let me just go to PSG Bruges because it's 1-1. And I'm like,
once PSG scores, I'll change the channel.
And I was hoping, leaving the Inter Real, that goals would come when I left, right? But all in all, it didn't matter where you went today in Champions League. You were as long as
I watched that second half of Dortmund Besiktas too, and that game was fucking amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see the second. I saw the first half. First half was
great too.
Yeah,
and like, dude, just so open, but like it was open, but it was like there's some. Dortmund should have probably scored more.
They should have. Yes.
They defended actually quite well from what I saw, but Besiktas, credit to them, still created some decent chances as well. And yeah, like you text me, like Jude Bellingham's so good. Like, just don't remind me. It's another one. Like Bellingham and Haaland just like linking up, match in, match out. That's why I don't mind Dortmund to actually do something this season in the Bundesliga. Is that combination? I'm not fussed by them losing Sancho. I think the fact that they have Bellingham, the heart of the midfield, and it's going to be the heartbeat of that team, is crucial.
Dahoud was good from the first half.
Dahoud's.
I didn't know he plays for Germany.
Yeah.
I was shocked when I saw when I saw him on the bench checking the German game over the international break. I'm like,
yeah,
is he born in Germany?
Germany? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's.
That was shocking, but he was playing well in the first half. Like he's like
been steadily coming out. Like the latter half of last year, was starting to like bring it back. Like kind of trying to find the form that he had at Gladbach a few years ago, and why Dortmund bought him. he wasn't really hitting those heights, but he's steadily coming back. And
he was good in that 6th role. I haven't seen Witzel in a while, but I from that game today, I would start him over Witzel, and they play the same role, right? Because then Bellingham can go further forward, and also they started Brandt too, right?
Did they start Brandt today? I'm not sure. I'm checking.
Unless if he came on in the first half, but I'm pretty sure he started.
Nope.
He didn't?
Nope. No. Oh, no. Oh, no, yeah. Sorry.
He did, right?
Yeah, but they subbed him after the first half.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. I was looking, because I was looking further up the pitch. He was like in the heart of the midfield, which I thought was kind of odd.
Yeah. But it was good. They played well.
And then they brought in Witzel, which to me makes a lot more sense.
Holding on to the lead.
Well, 2-0, but still. And I think that's more or less wraps it up there.
Yeah, an exciting round of Champions League. Hope back in 2 weeks. Give us a week off, and then
and let's
the EFL Cup next week then.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
And let's sort out what we're doing. Let's sort out if we're gonna get 2 episodes, and let's actually find a place to do this because this is unacceptable. This is fully unacceptable. But that's okay. And thanks for bearing with us. It is the podcast with silhouettes. Okay. Now on to our gambling locks. Okay, so Mike and I, we haven't figured out the stakes yet. I couldn't think of anything.
Oh, really?
So did you?
Okay, we'll figure it out another time. We'll figure out another time.
When do you have something?
Well, we'll wait.
No. If you have something and we like it, then I like it.
So stakes for the locks?
No. So
we're doing a stake for the locks and the picks. That's what I.
Yes. Okay. So last year the guy was in on it. We did like our we do our pick'ems, and then you get extra points if you get the correct score. So Mike and I are still doing that, but we're also adding in our gambling lock of the week to the tally. And how it works is if it's 1.5 payout minimum. So if you take a 1.5 to a 1.99, you get 1 point. If you go 2 to 2.99, 2 points, 3 to 3.99, 3, and 4 and up is
just 4.
It's just 4 because we're saying, let's say I'm down by 10 points last week of the season, and I take, Norwich to beat City.
Won the soccer.
Then I win. Yeah, and it happens and I win. That's just bullshit. So we're gonna add that in there just for our own thing. I didn't think of anything. So just quickly, Tyler, bartenders guys, if the diehards know. Tyler, TJ, and John were in briefly. They're going to Red Lobster today. So they came in for a drink, and I asked them do you have any ideas for what our stakes should be? And John's like, I think both 2 people are like, oh yeah, just do the wear a jersey you don't like kind of thing. But I'm like, that's.
Did you want to keep that for last year?
No, it's no.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't want that. Okay. That was just like we'll do that. We have the Sears Cup thing.
Yeah. Right.
That's we buy a jersey kind of thing.
Yeah.
That's different. This is a stake where it's you wear a jersey for a day. I would wear a Liverpool jersey or some shit. So that was this. I didn't take it. What's your idea?
So you didn't want to do that?
No, I didn't. Is that what your idea was?
Something similar.
What is it? What's the twist?
You just have to buy a jersey and wear it twice a year for a whole day. Of your rival team. Of your rival team.
Okay, let's think on it. Let's give it a week.
Okay.
Let's give it a week.
Should I start with my lock then for this week?
Yeah, let's hear it.
I hate this, but it's right when I say it, it's gonna the opposite's gonna happen. But I'm taking the under 2.5 and Arsenal Burnley. It's 1.8.
It's been happening a lot.
Last 3 fixtures. But watch this be the year it doesn't happen. But there's no way Arsenal with their they have to sort this out. Only they're gonna.
Honestly, man, Arsenal had a lot of chances last week. They just couldn't finish.
You think they're going to get as many chances this time? And Burnley's at home too.
Maybe they're ready to pop.
Right? I'm thinking that game is 1-0 either way or 1-1 tops.
Which is what it's been the last 3 times they've been in. So
that's my lock.
Okay. At 1.8. So you get 1 point.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Mine for 2.2, so 2 points for me. I had to go for it. Yes. Leeds over Newcastle.
That's it? What is it, 2.2?
Yeah.
But Newcastle's at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm going to juice the extra point.
Mine's a 1.85.
Who's due? To me, it's Leeds are off to a rough start, but
Bamford's due.
Well, I'm saying which team is due. Newcastle's
okay. Sorry.
Newcastle's look absolutely atrocious to me. And you know what?
Newcastle.
I know, but like defensively, like that whole like defensive like sit back and everything they used to have has been gone the last couple of years. Like they're just wide open. They just love to get pumped. And I think
yeah, that's a pretty good lock. I think.
Yeah, trying to make up that point that I'm down right now on that shift. Okay. EPL.
Mm-hmm.
My savvy is someone I've done before this season already, but someone that I got rid of, and it's Jack Harrison again.
Again, eh?
Against Newcastle, he did quite nice. He looked really good against Liverpool last week, actually, before they went down, man. I don't know if you were seeing him on the left-hand side, but he was looking dangerous for a bit in that first half, and a bit in the second half. He had moments, and then I'm thinking to myself, and last season he did very well against Newcastle. At least a couple goals, if not 3 goals. I think he scored in each fixture, and I think he got an assist, if not 2 in the first. I think he might have got 1 goal, 2 assists in a shelling of Newcastle, and then they won 2-1. He scored in that one as well.
He scored?
Yeah.
Not bad. Mine's
not bad.
Not bad. Honestly, I like Wolves are still, I think,
ready to pop.
They are, even though they won 2-0.
Yeah.
One was an own goal.
Yeah.
Right? But my savvy pickup is Trincao.
Fair enough.
He's looked good in every game. I didn't know how he was going to be because he's still young, coming from Barcelona. Maybe too much pressure starting. I thought he would start on the bench.
It's nice that Bruno Lage is there.
But yeah, he's looked good, right? And if Adama can't score, it has to be him.
The thing is with Trincao is that he always gets subbed off in the 60s.
I know.
And that's why I didn't take him. That's why I took Traore on my wild card instead of Trincao.
He's looked good though. And
I know.
He's setting. He's not just like he should have scored a few, but he's setting up people nicely, and he's getting like I thought. Going from Spanish League, La Liga to EPL might be too fast paced, too hard hitting because he's still young. He's still frail. He doesn't have like the man muscle. He still has like boy muscle, but he exceeded what I think. What I expected from him so far.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I agree. I think he's looked great. That's the only reason I haven't picked him for like some of these savvy things is because he only gets 16. But you know what? Maybe it's time for him to actually get that full 90.
Maybe he gets a goal and then he's like, take me out now. Maybe it's one of those. But that's my savvy pickup.
Okay, my captain was gonna be Salah, but against Palace. But I'm starting to just today with the rotation of Mane not playing, not starting for Liverpool. I think there might be Salah on the bench this weekend. I'm starting to wonder. And last year he didn't start against Palace. They won 7-0.
And he came on and scored 2 goals and assists. I was so mad because so many people captained him. I was like, yes, finally I'm going to make up some ground, and he comes on and does.
But
that.
I'm wondering if that's going to be. I'm wondering if that's in the cards already because Mane didn't get the start today, and maybe Klopp's like, well, look what happened last year.
Yeah,
let's do it again.
So I'm
going to stick away from him. I'm going to do KDB against Southampton.
So what's the deal with the Brazilians? Is Firmino hurt then?
Firmino was hurt, yeah.
Okay, that's
nothing
why.
happened last week. Because
he wasn't on the bench today. Yeah, so I was just like, so maybe if Firmino's not there, Salah starts. So like, yeah. Well, so who did you?
KDB against Southampton.
KDB, eh? You think this is where they? Well, I guess they are popping off, but except for that 1-0 win against Leicester, but. You think he's coming into form now? I would give him a month before he's KDB.
How much did he play today?
Probably the whole game. Or did he come off? I think he
must have come off. There's no way you put him in the whole time. He came off in the 71st. Phil Foden's back too, by the way.
Okay, yeah. I have more toys for him.
Yep.
I'm sticking to an untraditional.
Sticking to untraditional.
Yes.
Instead of oxymoron.
This is a risky one, but I just have a good feeling that he's not on Man U. He's on Chelsea now. He's gonna shred this big game. He doesn't score in big games. Obviously, a lot of people would argue that Tottenham is not a big team. But they're up there.
I'd agree.
But I think he's gonna score a brace again. This season is a hot start. He's loving life. He's more of a complete striker now.
He is.
He's just.
I think it's a big game for him, actually.
He's gonna who on Tottenham's gonna stop him? Like his strength,
Davinson Sanchez.
He's gonna be reckless.
Sometimes
I think
sometimes those guys have big games.
It won't be as dominant as Lukaku was against Arsenal because he was just bullying everyone,
Yeah.
but I don't see Tottenham being able to stop them. And I
really, really hope you're wrong.
I
It could be.
I think
This is a bit of a watershed game for him, I think.
yeah, because it's just like, can you do it against big teams? I know against Liverpool they went down a man, right? So
Sure.
right,
But
but
forgive that. Arsenal's not a big team.
they aren't. But people could say Tottenham aren't either. But
I mean, if Tottenham hadn't got off to the start that they had, then I think there might be.
They beat City. I know they're at home again, and
Does Chelsea play City next week?
Yeah,
that's the big game.
Yeah, but I won't cap them next. That's for sure. But
I'd bench them next week.
This is just a gut feeling. Captaincy.
Okay,
I'm sticking to it.
All right. Okay. On to the previews. Brighton. Okay, all Sunday matches. We toyed with not doing Brighton, so we had to put some respect on Brighton's name.
Yeah.
Actually, second time we're previewing this year. We did Everton Brighton. The one game they lost.
Yes.
But yeah, so Brighton's hosting Leicester, and I mean, two really interesting teams. There's talent abound. I'd say really on Leicester, but there's up and coming talent in a well organized team with Brighton. I mean, Graham Potter. I do think after the season, there's got to be a move for him. If
depending how the season goes,
man, I think there's a philosophy with Graham Potter. Even if Brighton. Oh wow, look at the lighting. Should have been sitting back the whole time.
Yeah. Wow, yeah, that's a good call.
Too.
That is a good call.
Fucking, we're almost done.
So you think, regardless of how they finish, you need
it's just high octane. So we're doing an episode. It's like it's at the end of the game the whole time when you're playing FIFA. But I think even if they drop down to 14th or something, I think there's not an abundance of talent there, and he's really making pieces work. And defensively, you can see that they're sound. Attacking wise, they're really good on the counter. Their build-up play is quite solid as well. And I just think he's kind of ticking every box that you want. I think honestly,
which club though?
Arsenal.
You really think after getting Arteta out, they're going to go Arteta out for Graham Potter?
Who can you draw in?
You could. They're still a big enough club that they could draw.
Look at Ben White. He could be like the Ben White.
I know they're hopeful for Conte, but
throw that out. Would Ten Hag leave Ajax?
No. But
for Arsenal, no. And obviously, there's going to be people from during the season who crop up. But I think Graham Potter's a perfect candidate.
Yeah, Pirlo. He's in it for a job. He got Champions League.
So with Juventus.
No, but I think for them, Arsenal. If you're an Arsenal fan, put yourself in that perspective. Would you want Arteta out to be replaced by Graham Potter? You need a big name to try and save the club.
Okay, fine. Try for the big name, but do you generally think that they can get? Okay, so Conte.
There's I can't think at the moment, but there's definitely others they could reach.
Big names that could potentially be up for a new job next summer.
Well, even the winter, right? Because depending on how
Arteta's doing, Arteta could be gone. But then there you go.
I'm saying other managers could be gone at other clubs, right? Maybe they just need to switch leagues and switch clubs for their philosophies to work better with better players.
Zidane?
No, he won't go to Arsenal.
Exactly.
No. Okay, but I'm saying they'll reach for the big ones, but there's bigger ones than Graham Potter, I believe, that I just can't think of. But
is that like a Ten Hag level then? Is Ten Hag? So
Ten Hag is better than Potter.
Okay, fine, agreed. But Ten Hag's not going to Arsenal. But is Ten Hag? Okay, so Conte is in one tier. Then you drop down to the Ten Hag tier, and then below that you have the Graham Potter tier.
Not saying Gasperini would leave Atalanta, but Sarri's gone too.
I honestly think he's a perfect candidate. And you know what, man? I don't expect Brighton to finish in the top 10. I don't.
You don't?
No.
I think they're gonna knock it on the door, man.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think they're knocking on the door.
I like this team. I love Graham Potter, clearly.
I think they have a chance of finishing ahead of Arsenal.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair. It doesn't mean finish in the top 10.
Arsenal, no, come on.
Talking about Arsenal in top 10.
They will finish top 10.
Why?
No, they will. They can't. They can't not. Okay, if they don't, it's really bad. And then maybe yes, you're right. They might have to get Graham
Listen,
Potter.
Mike, if you're saying that Brighton's going to finish ahead of them, that means Arsenal's not finishing top 10.
Well, I said they could. I think they're going to be neck and neck.
Okay, but if they could, that means Arsenal's not finishing top 10.
With it, they finished with like 53. I think Brighton will finish around that, and I think Arsenal will finish around that.
I can see Brighton definitely kind of sliding off here, but it's a really good start. You have, I'd say, one of the best central midfielders in the league right now, Bissouma, which is key, which is absolutely key to.
Depends which system you use, right?
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, I'm saying
for just breaking up tackles and just being a menace to the midfield. Yes, but
honestly,
a lot of people
for a team that is on the back foot for a good amount. That's exactly
actually no. They have a lot of possession, right?
They do, but I mean, overall, when you're
facing bigger teams,
yeah, absolutely.
You're most likely going to be the one without the ball.
He's decent going forward too. He's got a wicked shot on. And Leicester, on the other hand, kind of got hung up on that. Leicester is, I don't know. Still a lot of injuries in that team.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell what they are now because they have to adapt with all the injuries. But still, I do expect this team to come top 6. They'll be around the 6th, 7th mark. I think this year. I think they're going to drop off. I know they back-to-back 5th place finishes in heartbreaking fashion, but I think they'll still finish around 6th, 7th.
I agree.
I think this is a game that they should win. Maybe they should. I shouldn't say they should win, but I expect them to win.
What are you saying?
2-1 Leicester.
I'm going 1-1.
1-1?
Yeah, I think Brighton's got the crowd. This will be if they lose this match, I think it'll be kind of deflating for Brighton.
Peg them back up.
I think at home to Leicester, who's kind of reeling right now, and Brighton's got a bunch of momentum. I think this will, if they do end up losing it, it'll be a bit of a bubble burst for them. Actually, I have to say I don't mind this setup right now. A little tinkering
because you're
comfy and the light's not bad. A little tinkering with the light. It's not ideal, but I think there might be something here next week. I might come down during my shifts.
We'll buy a lamp just for the back if we're shining.
Just bring a lamp in. Yeah,
we'll see. But you're just loving the comfiness. That's why.
No, it definitely adds to it. I look very casual. I like it.
Just shooting the shit, eh?
I like it. Yeah.
But this is a game I expect Leicester to win, even though they lost. It was just a 1-0 loss, right? But they still didn't really look like it's just like. But City didn't really do anything either. Like they did, but they didn't.
City had some good big chances in that match actually.
That they should have scored?
I think so.
Do you think it should have been 2-0, 3-0?
Could have been. I mean, I kept it tame.
I thought 1-0 was fair.
Yeah.
But I was just shocked. I remember texting you live that there were seven all at once.
There were 7 on the 10 o'clock? 7 on the 10 o'clock? There were, because there was only one Sunday and one.
Yeah.
The one before.
Actually, no, there were 6.
There was 4 or 6.
Yeah. There was a game before, 6, game after, and then
Sunday,
game. Yeah.
So
6.
Yeah.
But still.
1 goal in the first half out of all of them.
I know. I got back from getting media console for our TV. I got back 40th minute. I'm like, how the hell is every game still 0-0?
Imagine. Put a fucking $1 on that. Every game till the 40th minute of 6, 0-0.
No, I know.
That's retirement fund.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
It was incredible. But this hopefully Brighton wins. I'm cheering for Brighton to finish ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Yeah. Okay. So 2-1. Don't forget it.
Yeah, and then I'll take it and add it into the sheet afterwards.
Yes, indeed, sir. Okay.
Manu West Ham.
Antonio's out.
Thank God for you, eh?
You know what, man? I'm not.
Does Osaka miss this match or the next Champions League one?
Chickens.
Okay.
What I'm not too fussed about Antonio really. I'm just annoyed that I bit in fantasy and picked him up. But David Moyes, last year, West Ham looked good all year, more or less. I think a bit of a rush start, and then they just kind of rolled, right?
They didn't even have a rush start. They were
pretty beginning, right?
Yeah, they were always top 7.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, West Ham not that bad this year, and they kept going. They just never lost.
Champions League. But when they played us, the first half of the
3-1 game.
Of the 3-1 match, we looked all out of sorts. And then, we brought Bruno on. Bruno didn't start that match. Yes, we started Van der Beek. Subbed up at halftime again. And then we just kind of took it to them. West Ham, again, I think we played them in the FA Cup as well. And then we played them again later on the season. And we might have drawn them the reverse fixture at home 1-1. I can't remember. Or we won 1-0. I think we won 1-0.
Oh, that Burnley lost 2-1. I swear you guys lost 2-1 at home to someone. Can't remember, but
Leicester. We lost to Leicester 2-1. I don't know if that was at home. Hold on a second. But there was one match where we won 1-0, and I can't remember if it was the FA Cup or if it was
the league.
Or if it was the league. I'm gonna pull this up. But he was very they were playing really well at this point. Lingard couldn't play obviously, but still they were playing well before Lingard, and he was so conservative. And we were by no stretch,
like a Man City attacking Liverpool.
No, absolutely, exactly, and we barely had any chances. 1-0. Yeah, no, okay, so we didn't play in the cup. Oh no, it was 1-0 FA Cup and 1-0 in the Premier League.
Oh.
Within a month of each other. And both teams, super, super conservative. And honestly, man, I don't really see Moyes as someone who's breaking the mold. Yes, okay, he's come in here, he's done a good job with them, he's kind of recaptured what he was doing at Everton all those years ago. But when it comes to adapting quickly or kind of breaking the mold in an instance, I think he's got something in his mind here where it's we can sit back and hit them on the break. But I think that plays into our hands in a sense where if you're too slow on it, we'll slow the game down too. And if you give United that chance, we'll eventually take it. So I think it's going to be another cagey match.
3-1 wins in a row. Is that what you're going with?
No, I'm going to have 2-0. I'm going to have 2-0 United. I just not really feeling West Ham in this match.
Without Antonio. If they had Antonio, you'd still would 2-1 or would it still be 2-0? Because this year he's a different Antonio.
No, I don't know, man. I don't get carried away with Antonio. I think people are people get hot, and I'm annoyed that I bit again as I say on fantasy.
But no one predicted a red card.
No. It's not that though. It's just we didn't score in that game. We played the whole match.
Yeah. But I don't think West Ham played well with that.
Fair enough, but I don't think Antonio is up to breaking down the likes of Varane and Maguire. He's not that caliber of player. So no, I wouldn't be worried. With Varane there, absolutely.
But he can still open.
If it was Lindelof and Maguire, yes. With Varane there, no chance.
He can still, sure. Varane was on the Young Boys, scored 2 goals. I know they're down a man, but I'm just saying
absorbing pressure.
They are human. They could be beat, but Antonio, it's not only that he's just scoring and assisting, he's also creating so much space because of the attention he's creating for other players, Ben Rama and Fornals, and who's the left-footed guy? I'm thinking of Bowen. And they're even the Leicester game when they won 3-1, even though they had a red card too, Leicester, West Ham was free flowing and counter and they're a different team this year. I think they're still going to be similar to where they finished last year. I don't think they'll have as many points, but they'll have almost as many. But without Antonio, I don't see it. I was thinking a tie if Antonio was playing, but without Antonio, I'm not entirely. Who's their backup striker?
It's not Haller.
I couldn't even think of it. But I think I'm going similar to you. But I'm thinking Man U off of the disappointing Young Boys loss, they're going to come out ferocious. And I'm saying 3-0.
3, eh?
3-0 Man U.
Lanzini, they might play a false 9. It might be Yarmolenko.
Oh, yeah.
They might play a false 9.
Yeah. No, I guess.
Okay, let's wrap it up with Spurs and Chelsea. Mike, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking Lukaku just dominates this game. I know he scored 2 goals last game against, was it Palace? but he barely had any touches, and I think it's going to be a focus to get him more touches this game.
Spurs are really going to suffocate this game.
You think so? You think it's going to?
Nuno?
Do you think it's going to be? I think an early goal is going to open them up. I don't think I think Tuchel's I wouldn't say a better manager than Pep, but he definitely. It's hard to make that. He knows this Chelsea team, and I think he knows what he has, and he has the right balance of players to keep them, playing enough so that they have something to prove. They're eager to prove, but not playing too many certain players in certain positions too much, where the other bench players think they have no chance.
Yep. No,
right?
he rotates. He's been rotating that squad since
great.
got in there.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And defensively, they know what they are. I know Tottenham's going to try and hit them on the break with Son, Kane, Bergwijn. Is he? Oh, is he?
Might not be back.
This is I'm going 3-1. I have Lukaku in my head. That's why I went with the captain.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking 3-0 Chelsea. So Son might not be back.
Maybe not.
Is he questionable?
That's the thing. Yeah. He didn't play last week, and he's still, I think, like 50%.
Okay. You know what? I might change it to 3-0.
I currently have Rudiger and Christensen on my bench because I think Spurs will score.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure. It's going to come down.
So what it would be? Mora, Kane.
Mora's looked good actually. Bergwijn's looked good too.
And
I don't mind that. And Lo Celso. I think Lo Celso's back.
Who's the other one?
Oh, it's been
Delia.
It's been a lot of time. He's been getting too much time.
He'll probably be that.
He's been getting too much time.
They're at home though. I don't think they'll.
I'm going to 1-0.
I'm going. I'll stick with 3-1.
I had 2-1 Chelsea, but I just switched it to 1-0. Early Spurs goal, and then just
sit back.
Sit the fuck back.
Well, if Spurs get an early goal, would they another one? I think. Because then their game plan works even better.
It does. It does. But I mean, is Chelsea a team that's really going to expose itself like that?
No.
And be patient. Depends how early the goal is. I'd say if it's more like
20 minutes in.
If it's 20 minutes in, then I think Chelsea can just be patient. Be a little more patient. If it comes if they take the lead, this is complete conjecture right now. This is your breaks. Maybe more crackpotted. But if it's like the 60th, then there's the onus is on Chelsea. It's like, do we really want to draw this game? Let's get at it, and then I think they can get exposed more.
We'll see. I think their lull game was yesterday, and they still managed to get it out because they didn't do anything in the first half. Yeah. And again, Lukaku was barely involved, but I think there's going to be a focus to get him more involved too. Hopefully, he even plays, but we'll see. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if Werner starts and they try and actually no, because Lukaku
now Werner's done.
You think he's just a sub player now?
Sub, man. He's like Vanderbeek now.
He's getting bad.
He's getting Vanderbeek.
That's too bad. I thought he was going to have a good year this year. I'm like, there's no way he can be worse than last year. But he still was pretty good last year. He
created a lot.
Yeah, I know.
He created a lot.
He created the most goals for them.
Yeah.
Goals and assists.
Yeah, man. Penalties drawn and everything.
It was.
He's a good player. He's a good fucking player.
It's just too bad.
But I did have to throw you guys a bone for this year's Timo Werner Golden Boot. There you go. There's one. I'll let you guys have.
Oh my goodness. I know. Well, no one knew Ronaldo was coming, so maybe Ronaldo might get a point with that beat. But yeah, this should be a dominating, convincing Chelsea performance. I think for me.
Yeah.
For me. But it's all 3 games on Sunday are the ones we're previewing because they're the best games this week.
I agree. Bill Everton's one to keep around. But Brighton, Leicester, let's see what Brighton's up to. Although I won't be watching because I'll be watching United, so it's at the same time. So there you go. Maybe I'll stream it on maybe I'll put a phone. No. Brighton's on the phone. Yeah. Okay. You know what, Mike? Again, I don't mind. I don't mind it. I think there's something could happen here. I don't hate it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna tinker throughout the week. Maybe I will bring a lamp down and see what happens, and I'll get my hands on. I'll bring a laptop and take it.
Because we just need a lamp to get our front facing, right? So that way we can
proper lighting.
Yeah.
This could be a studio. This actually could be the studio. Could be.
For the winter too, nice and warm. Cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. Get some. It's that shit. That creamy Christmas shit that people drink.
Oh, I don't know.
Eggnog.
Eggnog. Oh, eggnog.
Yeah.
I prefer mulled wine.
You know, I've never had malt wine.
It's good.
Like it's
I
like
like
it's
it.
like
It's
cinnamon.
good.
It's like it's
good.
it's like wine, but it's like
Warm. It's warm wine.
it's warm, but it's like
Like-
people throw like cinnamon and herbs and spices in it and shit.
I
Right?
don't want to go too crazy in it. I just had it a few times. I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is.
I know.
It keeps you warm and you get drunk. I love it.
I would love some of that. There was this really good Viking book called The Longships that Matt lent to me like way back, and you know they're always like talking about these great feasts and shit they would have, and malt wine like was their shit, and like it just romanticized it for me that I've never got my grubby little paws on.
It's good.
Love to give me
Try
some
it.
malt wine. Okay, middle of this winter, bring it down here. James doesn't need to know. We'll spring some nights. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and more football and malt wine talk next week. See ya. See.
Why do you have to do that?